good? What's popping? What's cracking? What's happening? It is I, Miss Dani, back with my girl, Miss Jackie. And
Hey guys.
hey, we are here for Tea and Key. This is episode 3. Tea and Key with Dani and Jackie. Episode 3. I'm so excited that we're here.
So am I.
So I feel like there's a lot. It's like not a lot, but there's a lot for us to talk about this week.
Yeah.
As we said last week, we knew that we were going to talk about first and foremost the verses that happened Saturday. I noticed I was saying Sunday last week. My bad, guys. My bad.
Right. It did happen Saturday.
It was very much Saturday, so I'm sorry about that. Let me fact check myself here. The verses, very exciting with SWV and Xscape. So tell me, Jackie, who did you think won? Tell me who you thought won.
I thought that it was so hard because I'm from New York, so my heart is like SWV won. But the thing is, and also the music, obviously,
Right.
but also like Xscape, because of Candy, they were also able to, and Tiny, they were also able to use a lot of songs that they had written. And so that kind of put them over the edge a little bit. But one interesting thing that I hadn't realized was Coco was on the Men in Black song with Will Smith. I did not know that. So since everyone was pulling out everything they had written and was on the hook for, I heard that. That was cool.
And yes, I kind of agree, even though I very much love Xscape. Let me also say that when they got, because it was slow in the beginning. In the beginning, everybody was kind of like, we could have did this on the playlist. But as they got into it and they really started to get up and sing, let me say that SWV was singing effortlessly.
Yes.
They were harmonizing effortlessly. Yes. Like the sounds and the vibes, and they were just
well, they like each other. So
and that is what I said to the gang of girls that I was with. I was like, even though they fight and they whatever, they grew up together. So
right,
they like each other out, but then it's like, okay, we right back here and we're doing it. I was like, these girls didn't see each other for years. They got years to sit there because it was, well, we already know, bless our heart, we already know that certain people in Xscape are going to struggle more than others for those notes.
Yes.
Okay, some are not. We all feel like, I don't want to name no names. We all know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But, they got to stand up and pull, and it was like, okay. One thing that I learned that was very interesting for me, my takeaway, which is random. If you know me, you know I'd love a random fact. I did not realize that on the SWV song, the Human Nature joint, that was Pharrell doing the SUWV. So I want to shout out to VA. Shout out to VA, of course, Pharrell. Like, that little random fact. But let's, for a second, if we can, Miss Jackie, because you know me. Take a sip. Let me take a sip. Let's talk about the outfits.
Yes.
Let's talk about the outfits. Okay, so they kept it simple with the all black.
I was gonna say, again, the assignment was black.
The assignment was black, which that's Candy's assignment. I really don't have an issue with what Candy gave. I really don't have an issue with what any of Xscape gave. Okay, Tiny gave. We know Time is gonna do a little bit more because I feel like I'm a short girl, so I know sometimes it's like, hey, you gotta, hey, I'm down here, look at me, like, okay,
right. Well, also like Tiny is like bro country, which it's kind of funny because I'm a northerner, so a lot of times people think all people from the South are country, but I know that that's not true. And so when I'm listening to Tiny, watching Tiny, I'm like, oh, she does like a lot of extravagant things sometimes with her outfit. She's country, so it was time to get dressed up for her.
She's country, and deep in the South, all the way down to Texas, there's a thing called soulful. Now down there, soulful. I mean, we all know like soulful. That's one thing, but deep down in the South,
right?
Soulful is not the greatest thing in the world.
Right.
Soulful is what we call them country people who, y'all know. I don't even gotta say it. You already know. And sometimes Tiny can be soulful in that way.
Yeah.
I was upset that they didn't give us an outfit change.
Xscape didn't change, right?
Yeah, right. I'm upset that it's because I love, like, I don't have an issue with anything that like SWV. I feel like okay, and when they came back and they was giving us very New York vibes,
very New York.
I was like, yes, like give it to us. Like we just want to rock back and forth. But I'm like, Candy, girl, Miss Tiny, girl, the Tamikas, because y'all don't get as much screen time as the other two. So I would take every opportunity to sit here and give you a look. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I'm definitely gonna mark off like 2 points for what come even Ron Isley. Okay, even the old heads knew like, I'm gonna give y'all a second outfit.
Yes.
Red and Meth, they knew to change sweatpants.
Yep. No, they didn't change.
Raekwon and Ghost. Shout out to Ghost. Y'all know I'm a ghost face girl. Y'all can have that. Y'all that's cute for y'all. But they knew to like come on, he switched up the wallabies for us. You know what I'm saying? He put on the white and blue joints. I didn't forget the white and blue ones.
They did amazing.
Right. Thank you, Ghost. So I mean, you know, they sang the songs. As Jackie said, Candy and Tiny did the ones. I forgot about the one from Coach Carter.
Right. Yeah, they were all on so many soundtracks. I think also that's why it was like kind of hard for people of a certain age to choose, because I think it's like when you're rehearing it, you're realizing, you know, how many of their songs were inculcated into a lot of the culture, you know, while we were growing up.
So our producer. He's always got a joke for us. So I want to talk about Candy singing real quick, because I know a lot of people are hit or miss with Candy singing.
Yes.
I don't hate Candy singing. I don't. I know that there's a lot of times where someone else is going to be the lead, and she don't always need to be the lead. But but when Tiny's in her range,
right,
she can give what she's supposed to give.
Yeah, I think with Candy, like you're saying, it is very situational, because we talked about this before, she won the Masked Singer. So she picked songs that took her all the way to the top. She won. So,
I forgot she won the Masked Singer.
She won the Masked Singer. And the Masked Singer is rough. They have voted off people, seasoned people, night one. Yeah.
Didn't they vote off Auntie, y'all?
Yes, they voted off Dionne Warwick. They voted off Busta Rhymes the first night.
But they didn't. Was it Gladys Knight or was it Patti LaBelle? It was one of them.
It wasn't Gladys. Gladys got all the way to the end. They voted off Patti LaBelle. They voted off Dionne Warwick. You know, they voted off seasoned people kind of early.
I want y'all to think and pray about that, about the Masked Singer. they voted off legendary aunties, okay? Legendary aunties.
Yep.
And let Candy win. So I don't know if that speaks to Candy or the judges right now.
Not the judges, the people in the audience, because the judges are very serious about what they're hearing.
Right.
Except for like one, because he's a comedian, so he's always silly.
Right.
But the people who are in the music industry, they would have never.
You know, congratulations, Miss Candy. I don't like to hate on Miss Candy. She can be annoying at times, but she wins, and we're happy to see her win. We're always happy to see Black women win.
Yep.
Like,
what did you think about Spinderella being there after they had like such a big fallout on the show with when SWV did the show with Salt and Pepper? What did you think about Spinderella being the DJ on that?
I was so thrilled. When I tell you I was thrilled to see her there. Right. I'm so glad that she's getting her shine. She's an icon. She's a legend. We love her. Yeah. We are very much Team Spin. And until Salt and Pepper do right by her,
it's the truth. You're never gonna be right. Never gonna be right.
Like their little movie didn't pop off the way they thought, because it was like, how y'all, like, you can't cut Spin out. We was there. We remember. No, so I love that, and I definitely hope that she is involved in more verses. I want her the way like we are showing love to D Nice and stuff like that. Yes. I want Spin to get the love. Everybody call Spin, tell her to come to your verses, tell her to come through, let her do a set, go on tour, Spin. We love you. Like,
yes.
Very much, very much. I mean, so yeah. Other than that, who's next on the verse? I don't even know who's up next on the verses.
I'm not sure who's next on the verses. We
I
have to
mean, but
look
that
that up.
was, but also did you realize? And I didn't know this, but did you hear that Coco had like basically witnessed a murder?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I mean, thank you, Coco, because girl, I mean, first of all, Coco always kind of like a little bit got an attitude. So I'm like,
Coco
I
does
always, but I
always
mean,
kind of.
we love the little feisty New York accent on her, but she was really upset. So Coco, like, thank you, girl, for pushing through for us.
Yeah. Yep.
And you know, she said that her family, everyone rallied with her. So I'm glad that she was able to get through her night and ended up enjoying it. And which I mean, at the end, it was an iconic night.
It was.
They did what they had to do. I was there with a couple of girlfriends, and you know, we were just kind of sitting around chilling. But when it got to the end, it was time to sing.
We sang.
Baby, we sang. Okay, I made sure, baby, we hit our notes.
Sang.
Okay, I came in as the alto that y'all know I am. Look, I let my sister get that soprano, and I was like, I'm gonna get in what I fit in. But it was an enjoyable night. But they were over at their 2 and some hours. Like that was the fastest, tightest.
Well, the only ones that have just been like on time was the Wu-Tang battle. Like that was it. Everybody else kind of just does what they want to do once they get up there.
Cause the Osley brothers, they still had us up. It was like, listen.
They took their nap before that one.
Okay, they took all their vitamins and everything, and
because we was like, sirs, it is bedtime. What is happening?
But look, I was like, but I don't want to miss it though. But I'm tired. But Lord, maybe I'm not grown. Am I grown for
You're not as grown as them because it was quite.
Maybe not. All right, well, let's move on to the next subject. Jackie, I'm gonna let you start this one off.
Well, we're gonna talk about the housewives, yes?
Yes.
So we could talk about Portia.
Right. Let's do it. Hold on, let me grab my cup real quick.
You know what's funny about the Portia thing? The season was so boring. So everybody was like, all of this was happening in the background, and you gave us this boring, dry season. So apparently Portia, she has been dating someone for a month. That was her. Well, okay, I don't even know how it works because did you hear that they're saying that they weren't really friends? Like the husbands were friends, so they had the girl on the show, right? But they were not friends. Apparently, they just listed her as Portia's friend because that was the only reason it made sense to have her on the show.
Right, because they were like, well, I thought they kind of spent it as like a friend of the show, and then they kind of right. Because was she really like around for a whole season?
Well, they did. They went on trips together. Like they were in each other's space. So not everyone's saying, oh, it was contractual. They didn't really have much of a relationship. So I can't really speak to that too much because that's still being hashed out. But I do think it's strange that okay, I guess Hollywood would strange because in reality it's strange, but I guess money-wise it's not strange because they've only been together a month and they're engaged and she's like, oh, we're all co-parenting and the husband seems okay with it. They're taking all these pictures. So what do you think? I think it's a lot to just be.
It is a lot. Okay, so Todd, who is Portia's baby daddy.
Yes.
Which from the beginning, he was only halfway in the relationship anyway.
Absolutely.
So I feel like Todd should be very much be on board because Todd's getting what he wants. You're off the hook. She found a richer man than you. You get to see your baby pop up, do the co-parent thing. But like, yes, Todd, you should be right there in the pictures. Like, yes, honey, we made it. We did it.
We did. I'm off the child support. We did it. I'm off the alimony. We did it.
You did it.
We did it.
You wanted out. You got out. Like I think you wanted out from the beginning, but whatever. So, is that his name? I'm sorry, because not Todd. That's Candy's baby. Dennis.
Oh, that's right. Todd is Candy's
right.
husband.
It's so many. Mr. Dennis. So yeah, you made it, Dennis. Like congratulations. So. Okay, so back in January, I don't know if I shared the post. I don't know if you saw the post where
yes,
he was can Mr. Simon, and I'm gonna say Mr. Simon because I respect my elders. Mr. Simon was paying homage to his wife, Fallon, at the time. I love you. We equally yoked. You Haitian, I'm African, or whatever Thai or whatever she is.
He had a list. He
He
had
had
a
a
list.
list. They
A
had
numbered list about this was just January. Wow,
January.
she's amazing. A
Like,
numbered
oh,
list.
boo, I love you. Okay, so I don't know at what part they became estranged. And they say he was dating a whole nother woman a month ago. So now they're dating and they're engaged. I don't feel like her and Fallon and Portia were real friends. I very much believe that if it were not for the show, they would not be friends or know each other. I feel like any kind of hanging out was like a residual of the show. Like I had to be around you, so okay, yeah, we kick it. You know, you kind of want to be cool with people you got to work with and be around. But I don't feel like they're truly like, hey, girl, I'm having a problem. Let me call you. You know,
they weren't close friends, right?
Like I feel like everybody, oh, friend, like, come on, guys, know your levels of friends.
Yes,
we're not best friends.
Importance.
Right. I don't even think real friends. I don't even think like, girl, like, was she at her baby shower? Are you invited to the wedding baby shower friends? I don't think so.
It's like hard because the thing is the way that she was introduced into everything, they were just like their friends. So, you know, they're celebrities. So anybody could have been at the shower. But the thing is, if you're not part of the show, we won't know. Like, if you're not part of the script right at the moment, I have no idea. You know what I mean? She might have been a bunch of places, but she just wasn't part of the show, so we don't know. They have pictures of them hanging out, like, you know, in different scenarios, like kind of cuddled up in the club. So, I mean, they did things socially off of the show, but like to what extent, most of us can't speak to.
Right, because we don't even know, like, were y'all really there to kick it, or was it like, oh, everyone's gonna be in the spot, you're here, I'm here, let's take a picture because we're here. Like, did we call and plan, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know what y'all friends, y'all know who y'all's friends are, y'all know, like, okay, like, so stop. I do not believe that they were legitimate, like, real friends, as Kanye would put it. I don't think that they was real friends. Now, here's my questions. Here's my what is Fallon and Mr. Simon's prenup like? Because everyone's like 40 million, 40 million, 40 million, 40 million. And there are rumors that she cheated, but we know for a fact that he's out here with other women. We know for a fact that he's out here with other women. So I just want to know, was there a prenup? I just want to know, what is she finna walk away with? Because of this 40 million, I hope she get them coins on. They don't have any children.
Right. But I mean, if she was cheating, I mean, that would take the post from January down a couple of notches. Like, that would explain how we got so quick from his list to this moment, if that was the case.
Right. You're right. So I'm very much, I always thought, because it says estranged, so I like, at what point did they become estranged? Because on the show, I kind of felt like she was like carefree and single-ish. I know she was like, oh, like, I feel like they was estranged back together, maybe.
Right.
And, our producer is saying, like, what is he? He's 56 or something.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can't. He's not a bad looking guy. He's
all right looking. I mean, if he's a nice person, you know what I mean? Like, I think we just don't. I think on paper it just all looks bad. Not necessarily for the man and for his ex-wife, but Portia looks a little crazy. But like, the thing is like, it's not unexpected for Portia to look crazy. She does stuff, like, she's kind of impulsive. Like, she kind of, even when she was like, oh, I'm with this guy and I'm having a baby, we're like, where'd he come from? You know what I mean? Like, it was like,
sure did this out the sky, like,
right. It was like, and then she's like, we're having a baby. We were all like, what happened? You know what I mean? She didn't know what the Underground Railroad was. Like, she has a lot going on. Now, I'm not saying she hasn't grown from those moments, but, you know, I
Yeah.
think a lot of times, like sometimes the outrage in the situation is like we're expecting a lot from people in these situations.
And I saw a recent post too that said that explained because she's a Cancer. For all you
Mm,
astrology kids out there,
mm-hmm,
and you want to judge her, she's a Cancer.
mm-hmm.
Um,
Well, I mean, to me, so am I. I'm the last day, right? I'm the last day, born at night, so that might have some impact. But I think at some point you have to stop blaming that and do a mental health check. You know what I mean? Like we can't always push it off to
right. No, right.
you know what I mean?
It's
You
right.
have to do the work. You have to do you have to do the work, right? We all have everybody's thing gives them certain inclinations, but you have to do the work. You know what I mean? And to your point, um, we're known for being good parents, good mothers, right? Even if
Y'all
you're
are
a
very
man, they're like,
moody. Y'all are
right, even if you're the man, you're like, oh, I'm the mom. You know what I mean?
right.
So it just seems strange that she would have this dude around her kids so much. You know what I mean? With
She's not even being a good Cancer.
right. So placements matter. That's all I'll say for that.
Right, right. We need to pull the whole chart. We're gonna write that down. Write that down. All right, we're gonna do a whole astrology show one day for y'all.
There you go.
Talk about charts and things.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Cause
I say for just bring Nene back, y'all. If y'all gotta sit here and make up storylines and things and give us this, bring back Nene.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we can talk about the next reality show that we were all into this season, and that would be The Circle. Now, I know you like The Circle. I checked it out. I watched both seasons. From season one was a little bit boring, even though I did like the winner, Joey Sasso. I liked him a lot. And I liked the runner-up, Shoe Bomb. Like I liked all the people that got into the top, except for Seaburn. I didn't. I didn't like Seaburn too much.
Yeah.
I could not. I felt like his eyes were like kind of. They never dilated. It was like. So it was like a little bit boring season one, but season two was popping. I liked Circle season two.
Season two was popping. First of all, spoilers. So if you have not watched The Circle, if you've not finished it, don't listen to the next like 3 to 5 minutes of the podcast. I'm sorry. Like I will stop it until you see us click again. I don't know what to tell you, but we about to drop spoilers.
Right.
So
season two was popping. I like the winner, Delise Saint Agatha. I hope I'm saying her name right. And I'm surprised because usually, when you just run into someone who's straight up catfishing, she even involved herself in a relationship kind of with the runner up Chloe.
Right.
So it kind of is like, but I really liked her, actually, to be honest.
I love the winner. I was so excited.
You know what kind of like cleaned it up for me to some degree? Like when she met Chloe in person and Chloe was like, Delise was like, well, there's a room for a third in my situation. So, to me in that moment, I was like, oh, she's genuine. She's shy, but she's genuine. So that kind of like made me be like, oh, okay. You wasn't really playing with this girl for real. You do like her, like in some capacity.
She was mindful, like she felt bad. She kind of was like, damn. But at the same time, she was like, I'm doing what I gotta do. I gotta win this money for my family.
Right.
That's why I think we were so excited. Like she just was so respectful the whole time.
Right. And then when they met in person, she was like, this is how I am. So I'm not really lying to you. You just couldn't see who I was, and I apologize for that. Which I was like, what else are we gonna do in this situation? You know what I mean? Because we had Jack and Lisa.
That was weird. First of all, that was
I will say this is kind of why the second season was best than the first one, because they did different. Like the first one, I was like, okay, I like some of the people here. Like I did like the people there, but it was just boring. Like the setup was boring. But the next season had more things, like when two catfish got eliminated and they merged them into another catfish, and then they ended up, making it to the finale.
Right. And then the whole Joker thing.
The Joker thing. I love Courtney. I love
Courtney.
Courtney was everything.
Courtney was everything. Courtney made me mad a little bit when coming for my girls, but I was like, you know what,
well, they came for him, so that was the problem.
They did. Tara
Alicia came for him, so that was
so hurt. I was so hurt when Tara Alicia left, but like Savannah.
I mean, they let that whole situation kind of take over it. So it was funny because you called them the kids, right? It was a kid-friendly season. Like almost everybody in the kids were the kids, right?
Yes.
And they brought the mess. They brought it all. It was. I thought it was great. I was, I didn't think I would be happy if a catfish won, but I was happy that it was Delisa. Because the first season I liked Joey, and for me I was like, oh, he's a real genuine person, he won being himself. But I really did like Delisa. I liked her a lot.
Right. I think it was because she was catfishing as her husband.
Right. That's true.
It wasn't like how some people are like, oh, this is my super hot friend. And I just like, so, and I think she was so smart how she had notes and she wrote down like football stuff, and she knew. First of all, she lucked up with that sports question because, girl, everybody knows Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and what's his name, Rodman. I'm like, come on now, like you lucked up. So I was so glad when they did the little mannequins. Though hers was really good, and
hers was amazing.
You really did a good job.
What was Jack doing? That was crazy.
You can't do makeup and you're a college girl. Like, come on now, let's think about it.
But he didn't even know. I don't even know how. Don't they get their phones? Like he wasn't able to Google makeup brands.
I don't think that they are. They can't be allowed to have their phones.
Because he really messed up on that one.
I guess because then think about how you could cheat if you have your phone.
Right. He really messed up. Really messed up.
And then too, I feel like, some people, everybody's like, I feel like that Tara Alicia and Savannah thing, if they could have had their phones, it would have very much been like, girl, text me.
That's true.
Girl,
but I want to speak, since we were talking about Jack and his makeup, I want to speak about someone else's makeup. We're unfortunately, very respectfully gonna have to talk about Serena Williams' makeup. Now, this is the thing with me and Serena's makeup. I never like her eyebrows. Never, ever, ever like her eyebrows under any circumstances. But I respect her. I love her. I will always go to bat for her. But these last photo shoot images were not amazing. And I don't know. I just don't know. Now, I talked to other people and they said it's because she did it herself, right? Like when she goes to other makeup artists, Black makeup artists, it comes out okay. But when she goes to do it, not so much. And I want to make that distinction because there's been a rumor going around that she's bleaching. And we don't think, no, she's not bleaching. She's not bleaching. Right. There's a picture of her before in the pool with her family. She has on no makeup. We can see her beautiful chocolate skin. We also don't want to, diminish the fact that it's very hard to find makeup in Black skin tones, especially the darker that you get, right? So we understand that it is an uphill battle, but you're rich. So you have to do the battle. You have to do the battle. You're not at the makeup counter like us peasants. So Serena,
regulars.
She's
rich and she married a rich man. She married
an even richer man.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like wealth on top of wealth.
Right.
we're hurt because we know, like, we want better for you. It's not your fault. Like, I did not hear that she possibly was doing her makeup herself. Miss Serena made it stop, girl, because anybody will gladly run to your house and do your makeup for you. I want you to have someone on call. I want her to have one person who does it right, and that is who you call all the time.
Yes.
And you make them be available. They will be available. You are Serena Williams.
They will be available.
They will be available to you. Lighting is also a thing too. And you have certain photographers and stuff who may not know what light is right for dark skin, because it's not all the same. You know what I'm saying?
Which we have been seeing, like we've seen an upheaval of covers for magazines, and we as Black people are like, what's happening? Like, this doesn't look good. You look washed out. You know what I mean? So it does matter. You do need to be able to have to know how to photograph and do makeup for a different skin tone. It's important.
You definitely do. You definitely do. So Serena, not bleaching, just bad makeup. We learned from this. We will do better moving forward. We love you, Serena.
We do.
Right. Real quick, and we may be in trouble for this. We may not have time. Oh, okay. I got 4 minutes left. So I got 2 minutes for you, Joe Budden.
Joe.
I got 2 minutes for you, Joe Budden. And I'm just a lonely little beginner podcaster, so don't come for me for real, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, I have done a few different podcasts. I have done podcasts with multiple people. I'm now here with Jackie, so I understand that dynamics change, people's influences and things like that. But at no point, whether it was, even if it was my idea, did I ever think that I was going to bring people on to my podcast, and whatever opportunity there was to monetize said podcast, did I ever think that I was going to cut those people out?
Yeah.
Never.
And publicly. Like, so publicly.
Never would I, any issues and things that we had, never would I air those issues out, especially when I realized, or when I understand too, that it's not just me.
Yeah.
It's not just me. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's, come on, like, no. Shout out to Warrior Mall. I definitely hope that y'all get y'all's own pod. I definitely will be showing up for
I'm sure they will.
Hell, come. Not that y'all ever would, but if y'all would, come to my pod. I would love that. But no, I don't like how you handle that at all, Joe Budden. I don't.
It was definitely a power trip, but he power trips a lot.
And I've been accused of power tripping before, which I would say, no, I don't. No, I don't. And I definitely understand that respect is a mandatory for anyone that I call my friend and or business associate.
Right. And that's the problem. Like, when you put yourself in those positions, what you're doing is alienating yourself from everybody, and then you will be alone. Like, that's just the way it is. And contrary to popular belief, you do need people. Like, you can't do things by yourself. But if I don't trust you, why would I do anything with you? Because he tried to embarrass these guys, and that, don't embarrass me.
There's no need to air shit out on camera and then post it, because we're doing these pods, unless you're doing a live pod, like, you in control of editing and what gets, no, bruh. Stop the camera or edit this out. Like, we're gonna stop, and if we're gonna cuss each other out, whatever. But I don't like that shit at all. I don't.
Yeah, it was tacky. It was bad. The last week we talked about tacky. That was tacky. It was in bad taste, Joe.
Joe Budden, you're tacky.
It wasn't good, Joe.
I don't like how you did that. Rory Mall again.
He fumbled the bag. There it is.
Right. Yep. Whatever. Mm-hmm. So, like, now, how much time do I have? How much time?
1 minute. 1 minute.
1 minute. Okay, this is kind of like whatever, real quick. I saw this post and it was talking about how coming up to women and saying hello is street harassment. And there was a lot of people who said no, it wasn't. And I'm here to say it is. If a woman's not checking for you, stay on her face. It's been summertime. We ain't been outside in almost 2 years. Stay up out of people's face if they're not checking for you. Don't tell no woman to smile. If we
don't tell anybody
to smile.
Please. And
that's not it.
Most importantly, sometimes we see somebody and we're like, that's the one, right? If their response to you is, no, I'm not, I'm not the one. Let it go, fam. Just let it go. It wasn't meant to be. It wasn't what you thought it was. Just
It's about to be sundress season.
Don't do it.
It's about to be sundress season. Stay out people's face. Y'all be safe. Thank you so much. We hope that you come back next week. We are everywhere. The Derelict Collective. This is the Derelict Collective presents Kiki with Dani and Jackie. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Listen to us on Spotify, on what's the other one? All the places where you listen to your podcast. You can listen to us. You can watch us. Like, guys, come fuck with us. We appreciate it. We love you. Say goodbye.
Bye, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.